Well, here we are. We're in my editing studio, and we're going to do some battery rejuvenations today. Like most guys, we got power tools that are run by batteries, and most of them they don't last but 4 or 5 years, and then they pack it in. These are the NiCad batteries I'm talking about. And we've seen many YouTube videos on how to rejuvenate these batteries, and nobody really does a follow-up on it to tell you that they actually last any length of time. So what I'm going to do is it's going to be a long-term project. We're going to do some rejuvenation. We're going to use the tools and see if this actually works. And so today I've gathered a number of things together. I'll show you here. I've got a battery charger here, which I'm not going to use to charge the batteries as such, because it's just to give the batteries a jolt to get them back into some sort of condition. I have a laser thermometer so I can keep track of the heat on the batteries before and after, make sure we don't have any accidents. Got our typical meter so we can test the batteries before and after. And we have an assortment of batteries here. We've got batteries for a drill. This is a Craftsman 19 volt. We're going to do some experiments here. We're going to do it inside. We're not out in the workshop. It's -10 outside, -4 or 5 in the garage, I guess. So I just didn't feel like sitting in the garage and playing with these things in that sort of weather. So we're going to get started here. Okay, we're going to continue on with our battery rejuvenation experiments here. Today we're going to work on our drill batteries here. I've got two 9.6 volts, and I've got two 19.2 volts, the big guys. This one here, completely dead. That's the 9.6. The drill is near new. It hasn't been used that much. It's been in its storage box, its toolbox container, and just not used. So she just subsequently, batteries have just packed it in. So that's two we've got to look at there. And then in the 9.6 ones, I have put it in a flashlight instead to test it. Now this particular battery works fine, but I think the problem with this one is it doesn't hold a charge for very long. So we're going to run that one through the same procedure. And then the second one is dead completely, no voltage whatsoever. Okay. So we'll start with the 9.6s, and I'm just going to move the camera here so you get a better view. Okay, we've got the camera in a place where you can actually see what I'm doing here. I've got my test leads here for my multimeter, and I've got my two probes for shocking the battery. Now, these two batteries here, the smaller ones, the 9.6 is nice enough to put a plus and a minus on it. The other ones, the big batteries, are not identified. So that makes it easy. We'll turn on our battery charger. Now we can just go ahead with our red on the right is our positive here, and the black going to negative. We'll just hold the negative on there all the time, and we'll shock it with our, you can see that. Can you see those sparks? Okay. You can see the amp meter going a little crazy there. So I'm going to move you back. It's drawing an instantaneous 15 amps. That's a fair bit of power going through that little battery, so I'll just quickly check here and see if we've got, remember this is at zero, was at 0 voltage, and we're up to 0.5, a half a volt. So if we can't get that up to 1 volt at least, We'll do this again. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we jolted that another 10 times. Back on our meter here, and our voltage is up to almost 8. And you can see by the meter it's dropping fast, so don't feel any heat or anything. We'll do this one once again. That's another 10. Meter reading, we're 1.1 volts and dropping fast, so just going to quickly throw this in the charger. And we'll check that in a few minutes and just see if that was enough just to get the charger to take over and start putting some voltage back into it. So we'll leave that one aside. And I can hear it. I don't even have to look at it. I can hear it clack over. 3, 4. Okay. You can see the amp meter. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on that side. We'll just quickly check our meter here. Also, we've come from 0 to 3 volts. That's pretty good. Now we'll do the other side. They are linked in some way. Both of them are showing 3 volts. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this on the charger right away. If you notice here on the charger, we have a power on. It's just holding. A flashing is a testing mode, and a defective battery is looks like it's be probably a slow flash, which almost looks like that's what it's indicating right now. So we're gonna have to go back and we'll boost this one, see if we can't get it so that the charger will take over and the green light will come on. Okay, I'm going to boost this one again. I just hold the negative on steady and strike it with the positive. So we're hitting over 8 volts on some of those jolts. So I'm going to take this off, quickly put it in the charger. And what we're waiting for is to see if this flashing light changes to green. No, I'm still not happy. Okay, we'll do a quick in the charger test. Still not hanging in there. I'm not ready to give up yet. Okay, we'll test again. Oh, look at that, eh? Perseverance pays off. So we've actually got the green light coming on and flashing now, so that tells me that the red light's on steady, which indicates power, just means the battery charger is plugged in. The green light is now flashing, so now it's putting power back into the battery. there we go. We've got that one starting to charge again. Now, these batteries, honestly, they've got to be more than 10 years old. They've been frozen multiple times, and for being out in the workshop in the garage. And I'm just surprised. Look at that. I'm really surprised that thing is taking a charge. So it takes a good little bit of time to charge these. This one I think is a fast charge, probably about an hour. The little guy here that we have on the charger, the 9.6, that can take up to, I believe it's 6 hours, it says here. Anyway, we're going to pull this one off. Because remember, this one was at 0 voltage. Little guy. Terminals backwards. So we're up to 7.2 volts and 7, and it's trying to hold. You see, it's not dropping fast. Well, spoke too soon, I guess. But once it's fully charged, discharged, and charged again several times, it might come back to life. So we may have a survivor here as well. Okay, I only have one of these small chargers. So it's going to take a while to rejuvenate that. In fact, just for curiosity, I'm going to grab the drill. Well, you know, that drill hasn't turned for quite a number of years because these batteries have been dead and frozen, like I say. So we'll put her back in the charger. Okay, I think we're going to call it a day. My chargers are all used, you know, they're in use and won't be available till later tonight or tomorrow. I get back to this. So the one battery we have to do yet is the second, number 2 battery, which was 0 voltage. So we'll give that one maybe a little shock and later tonight and get that one on a charger and see if we can't get that one back up to snuff. So far it's going pretty good. We're going to continue on yet. We're going to another couple experiments we're going to do with battery chargers, different types again. So hang in there. We'll be back with you in the next segment. Thanks for watching. Well, we've done all our testing of our batteries. We've sparked them all, and I'm just going to go through the whole works here and give you the results. I'm going to start with the camera battery. This one right here. Okay, and it's a 6-volt battery. This has been off the charger for a couple of days, and we'll go and we'll show you right now the voltage. Oh, we're backwards here. Let's get our polarity correct. And there we are. It's a 6-volt battery. It's holding at 6.3 volts, which is good. And so conclusion on this one is that we brought a nice little battery light back to life from the dead. Been dead about 10, no, I've had them about 10 years. Dead about 8 years. And now we brought it back to life, and we can snap her back together and put this back into service with the rest of my camera equipment. Now what I am doing is I'm trying to find a bulb for it. I'm going to convert the bulb from this little automotive style 6-volt halogen light to a LED light if I can find them. And I have to go online and take a look, but I'm pretty sure I probably can locate one. And that will reduce the heat. This generates a considerable amount of heat, and of course heat means power draw, so it's killing the battery much faster than it should. So conclusion on the camera light, successful. Now the next one is the 9.6 volt drill. And we had two batteries we were working with, right here. And battery number 1, these are a 9.6 volt. Battery number 1 reads at 8 volts instead of 9.6. Battery number 2 is reading at 7.6 volts, down from 9.6. So what we can conclude with these, and these have been charged a few times, not discharged though, that's the problem, they haven't been worked. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these back into service with a little drill. Now we're talking coming back from, probably been dead for 3 or 4 years, maybe longer, from dead batteries to, I can't stop it, to a usable product. So that's number 1, number 2. No, I can't stop it, not without hurting myself. And mind you, this is just an inexpensive 9.6 volt, but it's still, if we're doing a light project in the shop and we need a little drill bit in it, or we want to drive some light screws, some small screws, this will come in handy alongside one of our bigger drills. So I have to conclude that this was about, I'd say 80% success. It's back in service, 100% that way, but it hasn't come right back to its full potential. And I'm hoping that just through using these, we're going to be able to get them back up to snuff again. But anyway, it's brought a tool back to the shop. So successful on that one. Now the sad story is the 19.2 volt that we had here. We'll test this one. And it's at 4.7 volts. On both sides. Remember, this is like a 2-pole style battery, 4.7, 4.7. So basically, just barely lights the bulb. So I would say the 9.6 volt was a failure. It didn't work. And that's no fault of what we tried to do. I think there is internal circuitry that is either damaged through age and lack of use, or we might have done it ourselves trying to recharge it. So that one's going in the recycle bin. The second one that we had here in the flashlight, that one wasn't holding a charge as long as it should. We sparked that one a little bit, and I haven't had a chance to try it. So once we get under our projects, we'll get this one going. But that leaves us with one 9.2 volt to work in our drill and our flashlight. So that was a success. So not bad. We didn't do bad. We had the camera battery was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 batteries in total, and 1 failure. So that worked really well. So we're going to conclude it here. Okay, now I have some current results from our battery rejuvenation tests. You recall earlier in the video we looked at the drill batteries and also my little camera battery. A little halogen bulb was replaced by a found, if you can believe it or not, I found a little LED bulb here. It's only 6 volt, and this is a this is a 12 volt bulb, 6 volt lamp. So I was concerned that, hey, is this going to give me enough light? Well, for immediate light purposes, like right now when we're filming, it's ideal. And so we brought that back to life. And it's been February, March, April, May, we're mid-June right now. 3.5 months, and this has been on several projects. I'll just set that down over here. It's kind of bright. Had this on several other video projects to put fill-in lighting. Oh, the bulb is loose. There we are. So that cost me, I think, $7 for the bulb. Readily available. I tried to find it automotive places, hardware stores, and of all places, I found it at Walmart. It's in their appliance bulb section. I think this is a replacement bulb for a halogen bulb that you would use in, say, below a microwave oven. And I bought it just thinking, well, we'll see. It's got 2 pins, maybe it'll work or not, and it's working just fine. Now the old battery, the old bulb in there with this battery fully charged, like we have it now, lasted about 10 to 12 minutes, and it died after 10 to 12 minutes because it produced so much heat you couldn't go near it. Now, I mean, this is, here, I got my, you can hold your hand on it. There's no heat at all. All it's producing is LED light, so it's great fill-in light. And I've only ran this thing, oops, my bulb is a little loose and shutting off there. The longest project I had it on was an hour and a half, and it worked beautifully, just like this for an hour and a half, so it was more than enough light. So that was a great success, this little lamp. I'm really glad I was able to bring that back from the dead. On the other batteries, the 2 small batteries, the 9.6s, they charged up fully, but then they died while sitting, and I've not been able to bring them back. So we're going to have to add that to our 19.2 volt. So our success rate was not very high. The only real good success we had was the camera battery light, and I think the 19.2 volt battery that was working is working a little better now. It's not dying as fast. So our success rate wasn't very good. We had our 5 batteries, and 3 of them are scrap. And one was the 19.2, which was good, but didn't hold a charge very long. I think that's okay. And the big success was the little camera batteries light. So very happy with that. Okay, there's your long-term results. Not very successful, if you ask me, for the amount of work. I spent a whole day doing that and filming that. So, but I am happy. I have a camera light now, and you can see how well it works. Without it, hey, it's great fill-in light. I love it. Okay, thanks for watching. We're on to the next video. Who knows what that's going to be.